Hello and welcome. I'm the Christian Dating Coach, and today we're covering the foundation of dating. In fact, it's the foundation of anything you do. That's inner game. I'm going to teach you what inner game is, why it's essential, and how it relates to your worth as a son of God. This channel is mostly for the guys. And I'm going to use scriptures and other Christian resources to show you how it connects to the gospel of Jesus Christ. How dating and the gospel are inseparable. For now, we're using the set of my main channel, Big Shot Critic. If you like movies, check it out. I've been a Christian my whole life, and I'm seeing Christian men who don't know how to talk to women, married men who are struggling, and worst of all, Christian couples who are getting divorced, or any couples who are getting divorced, which crushes me. This is really important stuff. And by the way, I've been that guy, that Christian guy who doesn't know how to talk to girls. I've made this journey. I've made the connections to the gospel, and I'm here to share it with you because I can, and I don't want it to be so hard for you. We're going to start with the most famous verse in all of Scripture, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. I bring this up to establish your worth. A man must know his worth. God the Father, the eternal, all-powerful creator of heaven and earth, sent his only Son to die for you. For you. Do you know why he did that? Because you're worth it. You are worth it. Now, as a Christian, you've heard that all your life. Maybe it's lost some of its impact. Maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, God has all these other children to save. He's really not that worried about me, little old me who's made all these mistakes that no one else knows about. I'm here to tell you that he is. He is that bothered with you. In Matthew 9, we get the story of the woman with the issue of blood. Just this little old lady who knew that Jesus was walking by. And she decided that if she only could touch his garment, she would be made whole. Well, she did touch his garment. Now, the same story in Mark chapter 5 clarifies that this was in the middle of a large crowd. But the moment she touched his garment, the moment that happened, right then, Jesus stopped on the spot, turned directly to her. Well, he asked, who touched me? And in Mark 5, his apostles ask him, in the middle of the thronging crowd, you ask, who touched you? Well, he turned right to her, and he said, thy faith hath made thee whole. Now, it doesn't say if she was little or old, but I just imagine her as some little old lady. The point is, she was a nobody. If you asked any random person in Jerusalem, she was a nobody. She was an outcast. But Jesus, the Son of God, stopped what he was doing right then and took the time to address her directly. I bring this up just to say that Jesus does care. God does care about you. Your worth is great. But what does this have to do with dating? Everything. That's inner game. Inner game is knowing and understanding your worth. Okay? And now that I've established your worth with the scriptures, I'm going to talk like a dating coach for a minute. If you approach a woman with the idea that she determines your worth, that if she accepts you, you are worth something, and if she rejects you, you are not worth something, okay, you've already lost. For one thing, she's probably going to reject you, and she should. And for another thing, you're putting your sense of worth into somebody else's hands. That's like saying, she won't go out with me, therefore Jesus must not really have died for me. What? Bro, Jesus died for you whether or not she says yes to a date. She does not decide your worth. Jesus already showed you what you're worth with his blood. So, doctrinally, letting yourself feel worthless just because someone rejected you, that's a mild form of denying the Christ. Facts. Now, on the other hand, what happens when you approach a woman and you know your worth? Bro, you've already won. It's game over. How can she resist? How can she resist? What is a good woman looking for in a man? A man who can lead. A man she can trust to lead. In 1 Corinthians 11, the Apostle Paul said, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God." In other words, the woman follows the man follows Christ, as Christ follows God. Now tell me, how is that woman going to follow that man when he's looking to her for validation? It's not going to happen. That man should be looking to Christ for validation, and guess what? He already validated your worth with his own blood. You've got to know your worth. This is inner game, and you've got to get it right if you want to succeed at anything. Know your worth. This has been the Christian Dating Coach, signing off.